There has been a major update with the ram harness gate. Stick around and I'll show you what has happened. Right, for those of you viewers who are new to the channel, welcome to Bramley Farm. I have never put a ram to some ewes before. It went wrong. Check the last video of me trying to put a bloody harness on. Didn't work. So what has happened? Well, this is the field of breeding ewes. I've got 5 ewes in here and Loki, the one nut ram. I initially tried to do what the book says and put a raddle on the ram so I know exactly when he has piggybacked the ewe, so I can make a date of it, and then I know when the lambing window is going to be. Nice and simple, except it wasn't nice and simple. I couldn't get the raddle working. This big brute here looking at me didn't want me to put the harness on him, and I hadn't got a clue how to put the harness on. It all went wrong and he was dragging it around the floor, but for those few days he did piggyback some of the ewes, so there was a little bit of orange colour on them. I binned that off, I binned the harness off, put some paste on his chest, and he piggybacked 2 others, and I will let you decide which is better. Of course, you're having a proper run now. That one was done, that one was done. Those you can't really tell. So the evidence is there that the raddle harness didn't work. Right, so quick lesson as to why we want to colour the bums. It's basically so we can work out the duration of the lambing window. Now, a ewe is pregnant for about 5 months, so it's going to take a few days, but it's normally 147 days. So what I've done is I've hopefully managed to calculate when they're due. So when Loki piggybacks a ewe and has put an orange colour from his chest onto the back, make a note of that day, add 147 days, that's when you're roughly expecting the lamb to be born. And if I do that on all the girls, then I would know when the first one and the last one was piggybacked. Therefore you add 147 days on each one. You get the point. Now the reason why we change the colours is because although he may have piggybacked, he may not have been successful. If I've got all orange bums and then I change the colour to blue and then I see a blue bum, then I could discount the first date because she obviously wasn't impregnated, and I move the date to the day she has a blue bum, add 147 days, and that's when she's expecting. Now the risk I have with Loki is that he's unproven and he has 1 testicle. So if I've got all orange bums and then I see some blue bums, remember what I said, it means that the first one they wasn't impregnated, but I'm only keeping him in for 2 cycles. So there's no guarantee that the blue piggyback also worked. It's the risk I'm taking. I've got 5 ewes in here, as you can see over the shoulder, but that is essentially why we try and colour the bums. Alternatively, you put the ram in and just leave them for 2 cycles, 34 days, and then you don't have to do any of this nonsense, and you can just say, right, plus 147 days, there's going to be a 34-day lambing window. That's fine. I've just got quite a small number, so I want to try and condense that as much as possible. So I hope you enjoyed that little lesson as to why we colour bums. If you have a harness and you know how to use it, use it. If you don't, looking to get a harness and you don't have loads of them, I suggest you don't. And you go and get the a raddle paint or the raddle oil that I have mentioned. So I will leave the closing shot of these lot running around, all orange bums. Now I'm actually, fingers crossed, I haven't seen any blue bums, so it could be an absolute miracle that Loki, old one nut, impregnated them all first time round, in which case I think I've got like a 4-day lambing window, which would be unbelievable, but there's no guarantee. So here's the big boy, here's his women. I shall leave you with that. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment if you have anything else to add. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.